This is Mr. Ward, and this is another 8th grade Math MCAS review for the 2018 released items. Number 8, which of the following is an irrational number? Remember, irrational numbers cannot be expressed as a fraction or as a decimal that terminates, it stops, or a decimal that repeats. Decimals that repeat can be expressed as fractions, and decimals that terminate can be expressed as fractions. So I'm going to rule out 1.36 repeating because that's 1 and 36/99. It can be expressed as a fraction because it's got that repeating bar. So negative 0.19 can be ruled out because it's a decimal that ends. That's the negative of 19/100ths. The square root of 0 is 0. And 0 can definitely be expressed as a rational number. 0 over 5, 0 over 1 trillion, 0 over a billion, 0 over negative 83. All of those are rational numbers. You can't put something over 0, but that's not what we're doing. 0 over 1 works. The square root of 3, however, is an irrational number that goes on forever. Square roots of prime numbers, square roots of numbers that are not perfect squares, squares of prime numbers are always irrational. Square roots of numbers that are not perfect squares are usually, almost always, irrational. Square root of 3 will be about 1.73205, blah, 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 forever, and it will not settle into a repeating pattern. So that is our answer. I'm going to go ahead and take care of number 10 as well in this video because it's quick. Which one represents a linear function? And a linear function is going to have an x in it that does not have an exponent other than 1. If we don't write an exponent in it, it is not an exponent over 1. Also, the x will not be an exponent. So 3 to the x is a swooping graph like that's an exponential function. That is not a linear function at all. So no. Why is it not letting me write? But it isn't. Okay. 1/2 to the x squared, 1/2 times x squared is a parabola. And so is x times x plus 3. That's a steeper parabola. So that's going to be like that. So this is going to have an x squared. This has an x squared, so we can rule that one out. And we can rule that one out. This is the same as 1/12 times x. This is our answer. This is a linear equation. It makes a straight line that's, if that were a straight line that I just drew, that would make a straight line that is fairly non-steep or gradual. And the reason we know it's linear is because it does not have an exponent written next to the x, and the x is not in the exponent's position. It's also in a numerator position. If it were in a denominator position, it would also not be a linear function. This makes a straight line.